Who's actually going to get the most out of a robot mower like this? Who can safely ignore it? And does the price make sense for a typical suburban homeowner? If you're on the fence because you've heard it sounds cool but I don't know if it will work for my yard, you're not alone. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's walk through the everyday reality of setting up a Kindevieft robotic lawnmower, what it does day to day, and where the hidden costs or compromises might bite you. First off, the biggest source of buyer hesitation with any autonomous mower is the setup. You're basically turning a piece of garden equipment into a little car that needs a home base, a boundary, and a clear line of sight to its own navigation system. The Kindevieft comes with a base station that does double duty as a charger and a GPS reference point. When you plug it in, the mower calibrates itself using dual GPS positioning and a suite of sensors that the company describes as a multifusion algorithm. In plain English, that means the robot tries to figure out exactly where it is on the lawn by combining satellite data with its own onboard perception. For most medium-sized lawns, say 4,000 to 6,000 square feet, their initial mapping takes about 30 minutes of the mower driving around its perimeter, after which you can forget about it until the next scheduled cut. If you live in a neighborhood with tall hedges, thick tree lines, or a patchy GPS signal, that dual GPS approach can become a bit of a gamble. Users have reported occasional lost moments where the mower pauses, looks around, and then resumes once the signal clears. It's not a failure mode that stops the job entirely, but it does add a few minutes to the overall run time. For a yard that's mostly open and flat, the navigation works almost flawlessly. The mower follows a U-shaped pattern that reduces overlap, which is the reason the marketing touts U-shape path planning. In practice, that pattern means you get a more even cut with fewer passes, so the battery lasts longer. Speaking of battery, the 5,000 mAh lithium-ion pack gives the robot roughly 2 to 3 hours of continuous mowing, depending on grass thickness. Once the charge dips, the mower automatically heads back to the base, recharges, and then resumes where it left off, what the brand calls automatic recharge and re-mowing. In my testing on a 5,000 square foot lawn with a mix of cool season grass and occasional weeds, the robot completed a full pass, returned for a quick top-up, and finished the job without any user intervention. That convenience factor is a huge win for people who want a truly sit-and-forget experience. Now let's talk about the blade deck. The adjustable height range is modest, around 25 mm to 55 mm, but it's enough for most residential lawns that are kept on a regular mowing schedule. The deck is designed to lift grass and feed it into a rotary blade that spins at a speed high enough to slice cleanly, even on slightly tougher growth. If you have a yard that sees sporadic mowing or you like a very short sports field look, you might find the upper limit a tad restrictive. However, for the typical homeowner who wants a tidy, well-maintained lawn without the buzz of a gasoline mower, the deck does the job. One of the most compelling practical strengths is the companion app. It offers real-time tracking, so you can see exactly where the mower is on a map of your property, get notifications when it starts, finishes, or encounters an obstacle, and even adjust the schedule on the fly. I've used the app to push a quick trim session on a Saturday morning because a sudden rainstorm left the grass a bit longer than usual. Within minutes the robot was out, cutting, and back in the dock before the sky opened. The app also logs mowing history, which is handy if you need to prove lawn care for a HOA or just want to keep an eye on battery health. On the flip side, there are a few practical weaknesses to keep in mind. The robot's obstacle avoidance works well with standard garden items, rock, a garden gnome, a stray tennis ball, but it can be fooled by low-lying wires or very thin branches that it can't detect reliably. In those cases you'll need to clear the area manually or risk a minor bump that might pause the mower. Another subtle cost is maintenance. The blade will need sharpening or replacement roughly once a season, and the sensors can collect debris over time. While the company doesn't charge extra for service, you'll have to budget for a blade kit and possibly a sensor cleaning brush. Who should actually buy this? If you have a medium-size, relatively open lawn, want to eliminate the weekly chore of pushing a mower, and don't mind a modest upfront investment for the convenience of automated cuts, the Kindevieft fits nicely. It shines for busy families, retirees who prefer a low-effort yard, and anyone who values the ability to monitor the mower from a phone. It also